Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. When I start, I am in such a good mood. I have to say thank you to you. You put me in such a good mood, regardless of the kind of day that I'm having. I see that in the comment section where you say, Fumi, I'm always in a good mood when I watch you. Darling, the feeling is absolutely the same out here in these streets. Before I start, let me show you what I am wearing. I live and love this. So it's got the tail, voivavoom. Can you see? I thought it was such a nice nude color, and I just thought, why not? Alrighty, baby. Alrighty. So why are we here? Darlings, this is a sister to sister, and I thought it was time for us to have like a little kiki. So I want you to watch this little clip, and we will be right back. Okay? Go right ahead and enjoy this clip-a-loops.
What is happening with the men in the world? They want to be catered to.
Oof.
I
can't even. When I hear it out loud, it just sounds.
They want to be catered to. They give you bare minimum. They don't want to spend money. Men will come with the bill will come to the table, and the men don't grab the bill. Women are grabbing the bill first. The women are grabbing the bill first, and we are paying for the bill.
Somebody said, how about he come to you? But that wouldn't even.
That's fine. Come to me. But don't ask, like, don't say you're not going to fly me, but come to New York. Okay, you're going to send for me?
Yeah, because he could have easily just been like, I want to see you. I will come to you.
What is happening with the men? I'm sorry. I think that I just am like really actually old school in the sense that, like, look, I do believe as women we are working these days. There's not a lot of at-home mothers and, you know, whatever, cool. But at the same time, my G, like, come with it or go home. What are we doing? Like, what value are you adding into the life of a woman who is supposed to be catering to the home? Like, you want the woman to cater to the house and make sure that she builds a home for you and to make it comfortable and to cook and to do all this. I believe in that. But like, at what point, if men ain't even flying, you are courting you, bruh, you want me to cook? You want me to clean?
Right.
You want all these things.
Still.
What?
Expecting those things.
No. What's going on?
But then adding on. So it's like adding on.
I mean, and listen, someone said what's happening with the women too. I don't know that because I don't date women.
You know what I'm gonna say? I feel really bad for this generation of women. The dating scene is a hot smoking mess. And I do have Fumi Nation men who come and watch me, so I'm happy because I want everybody to pull up. It's tough out there because social media is how we live our lives. We live our lives through social media for everything. Our work, our lifestyle, to relax, everything's via social media. And because of that, it's changed. Where you would get up and you get dressed because you're going to meet your date, and you were excited to go on the date because you didn't have any outlet where you could see this person's life, have a peek at their life. But now you got social media where you can see what they're doing. So before you even go out, you're already, I'm not sure, I'm not this, I'm not that. That excitement has gone. I feel so sorry for these beautiful, beautiful girls because they really looked exhausted. As if to say, where do we go? I mean, we got nowhere else to go. And it's tough. Yes, it is. In this day and age, yes, it is. This is what I'm going to tell you. Keep your standards high. If it means that, hold on, my darlings, hold on. Fantastic. Brands, manufacturers, I'm approving, some approving, not approving. Let me see it on the product. You're going to love it. 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 Keep your standards high. If he tells you he wants to fly you out, come and see me. Of course he's supposed to pay for the ticket. Not only is he supposed to pay for the ticket, he should be a gentleman and pay for the hotel that you're supposed to reside while you see him, and he comes to visit you at the hotel where he takes you out for lunch, for dinner, for whatever. If he cannot do that, don't come out here requesting big moves. You can flip it and you can go and see her. I was in California. Ula had left, and Ula called me and said, Fumi, I want you to come to Norway. I want you to come to Norway because I want you to come and see your new home. Because I'm trying to marry you out here in these streets. I'm going to get your ticket and book the hotel, of which he did. And he offered to meet me in Amsterdam and fly back with me to Norway. And I said, it's okay, I can find my way and I'll meet you at the airport, of which he was at, with flowers and drinks in tow. He was so excited, as I. And we talked, and he showed me his family tree and all of that. I will link that story below because that's how it happened. But I tell you, I had to kiss a couple of frogs before I found the prince. Translation, practice makes perfect. And in so doing, you will begin to understand what is a deal breaker for you and what is not. Because you're trying to do life with this person. You're not trying to marry the person. Marry is easy. Wedding dress, party, you do the honeymoon. That's easy. You want to do life with the person? When on a random Tuesday afternoon, it just railroads your afternoon right there in your sitting room. That's life. Will he hang around? Will you be there to support? That's what that counts. And that's what I want our ladies, my daughters, my sisters to understand. Sorry, let me just see what I'm looking at. Yes, that's it. That's it. That's it, darling. That's it. I love it. Mwah, 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 mwah. Yes, we can go to production. I love it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. So, like I was saying, that is what you're looking for. So if you're looking to go for a good time, I just want to go for a good time. I want it to be on Instagram. Guess where I'm at? I'm going on a trip. They flew me out. Then you deserve anything how he's treating you because you're not sincere about it yourself. When a guy knows that you're serious and you know when a guy is serious, you're going to look at it differently. You're talking about paying for dinner. Darlings, there are school fees to be paid. Trust and believe. There are nannies to be paid. These children, they grow out of their clothes so fast. I said, Adrian, I'm afraid. Maybe let me go look at the thrift store. So that if you go out, I don't mind. You buy something for Adrian, and Adrian is tall. You buy something for Adrian, 2 weeks max is out. Shoes and everything. And then you have family. Yes, you don't know how crazy his family is. You don't know how crazy her family is. You got the in-laws. They can be crazy. So you don't want to live near your in-laws on both sides. That is my advice. Because you grew up one way, he grew up another way. Let's talk about the serious questions here. The serious issues here. What about money? Talk about insurance. Talk about life insurance, health insurance, property insurance. Are you going to buy a house? Are you going to relocate? Do you want to continue with the career? Do you want to have children? Does he have children? How the baby mama? Those are the questions that you should ask. The lunch, the dinner, the all that. Nah. You sit down. He can come and visit you because you want to see if he's going to make an effort. You want to... Do you know that when Ula was courting me, he reached out unbeknownst to me, to my parents. Of course, I gave him the number. And he said, Ma, that's how he has always referred to my mother. He ordered orchids. My mother was so blown off. He ordered orchid flowers from New York because my mother was in New York at the time because Ronke had just had Quincy. And in the note he said, your son, and I will see you before these flowers die. My mother still has that message till today. She said, Fumi, why do I feel as if I need to go back home and get things ready? Because I feel as if there's a wedding coming. Are you trying to get married? Or are you trying to have sex? You will know. If he's not trying to pay for the lunch, for the dinner, and the third, no. You know why? Because he has sent his representative. He wants you to like him. He wants you to love him. He's willing to pay because he wants you in his life. Ula did it. Ula did it for 10 years. But in the beginning, oh, don't touch that. I got it. In fact, I just said, okay. Yes. Because he's looking for a wife. Because he's looking for a partner. Because he's looking for someone to love. Because this is the honeymoon stage. It might not be that on a regular basis. But he should show you, I love you, baby. I love your little dimples. I love the little beauty mark right on your nose. I think that you're the perfect figure. I love your family members. Not true, but he's going to say it. He's going to show you. And he's going to talk with you. And he's going to ask you, do you want a boy? Do you want a girl? Do you want 2 children? Do you want 3 children? What do you want to do with your career? How far do you want to go with it? Do you want to stay at home? That's fine by me. You need to talk with each other. You need to look at the person and say, could this be my friend? Could I love him in sickness and in health? That if anything happened to him, my love for him would never die. That I could nurse him, I could take care of us, I can downsize. We can have all of these wonderful things because you've got this wonderful job. But if you don't want to do this job and it's not making you happy, we can downsize. So far as I've got you in the room, I've got everything. I feel that I need to say it really like that because Ula and I went through it. Ooh, baby, we went through it. The honeymoon, whew, nothing's sweeter than honey, they say. But when the honeymoon stage was over, we went through it. And then we worked so hard for Adrian, it was touch and go. And there were times where it was tough. But he was always my best friend. He was always my best friend. He's the one I go to still. I would not be here doing this channel, doing this YouTube, if it wasn't for him. If it was not for him. And so those early months of where we did not touch each other, we only made love on our wedding night. And he insisted, he said, Fumi, I don't want you for that. I'm trying to marry you. I'm trying to have a life with you. I want to have a wife. I want to have a child. I want to grow old. I don't want to be alone. And I want to do it with you. What is it that you don't like, that you want to do? What are things that hurt you when you were young? How is your inner child? What are your traumas? Trust and believe when I tell you, I felt undressed in that room. It brought me to tears. But I knew the conversations had to be had. So I want you, my beautiful daughters, the second he is trying to be funny about the bill, baby, you gotta get up and leave. You gotta leave, baby. You gotta get up. I'll see you later. You gotta click those heels. You gotta go. You got to go because at the end of the day, there's somebody who will treat you better and who will know your value. But you got to let them know your value every single time. Every single time. You do not negotiate on you. And if you can't pay the bill, that's okay. You gotta go. In the initial stages where he's trying to court you, that's part of courting. But if it's a casual thing, and they can peep that because men also can peep that, then he's going to treat you any kind of way. And you have to understand that if he's not paying the bill, it's because there are girls that he's dated before you who snatched the bill. They're eager to please. They want to do so much that they're doing too much. They're so in the way of their own success. They can't see whether homeboy loves them or not because you're doing too much. I learned the hard way. Like I told you, I kissed 1 or 2 frogs before I met Ula. So when I met Ula, the list that I had at 20 was not the one that I had at 40. I wanted to know, darling, how is your medical sexual health? Who you been sleeping with? I need to know. I need to know what kind of money you make also, because if I'm in the family way, who gonna take care of us? I want to take care of myself, but I need to know what kind of contribution are you gonna give? Do you know whether he will even help you with the runnings in the house? Taking care of the baby, waking up at night, taking the children to school, family holidays, all of that. Because the Instagram is instantaneous. It's instant, and that's it. But you got 24 hours of the day, and you've got 7 days of the week. You got 30 in a month, and you got 12 months in a year. And then after that, it's a step and repeat. You better be doing it with somebody that you like. Somebody that is generous with their time, with their compliments, with their love. It's important. It's important. If not, you're not going to make it. So it's a red flag. If he cannot pay for the lunch, he cannot pay for a dinner. And please, point of correction, also have to be reasonable. If he's a regular guy and he drives a bus, for example, and you know he's a bus driver, you know his income, then be reasonable and let us go to McDonald's, or let us have salad, or let us this and the other. Yes, because you can build together. Never look at where he's at. Look at the potential of what the two of you can do, because he can push you and you can go into unforeseen spaces and places. I stood in New York at the meet and greet, and I was in tears. I was in tears at all of these beautiful women, all of these wonderful faces, from 6 to 96. I had never seen so many inspirational women in one room, and they were at the Fumi Nation meet and greet. And I said, not one of you should negotiate yourselves. Not one. Let him go. Say, darling, thank you. And that's it. No response is a response. It's tough out here. When you raise your standard, I promise you, you're propelling yourself up to the standards of men that you should be surrounded by. And again, like I tell you, make sure that you are in those spaces. A man loves a good steak. Go to a steakhouse. You go to libraries. You go to functions. You go to charities. Those are good. Ooh. Those are very, very good. You go out. You dress up. And you speak with confidence. And you know that you are non-negotiable every step of the way. Don't sleep with him right away. You keep your dignity. And you go home. And you go home. You don't have to drink the entire bottle of vodka. I have seen it. You sat by the bar, you just be drinking. No, you don't have to eat all of the shrimps on the plate. No, you're keeping your figure, you're exercising. I'll see you at the gym tomorrow. Do you work out? Let's go for a run in Central Park. Ula and I did it. I couldn't believe it. We were working out together. It was such a yummy, sexy date. I did not know. Be creative and keep your dignity, keep your standard high. And when you have guys like this that don't want to do this, that, and the other, that's just letting you know he don't know your value. He don't know the diamond that you are. And then he will see you one day at the airport with your child and your man, and you're going to your conference, you're going to family holidays or whatever, and he'll be like, is that not Fumi? No. Yes. It could have been you, but it wasn't. On the contrary, it could never have been you, because you didn't have it like my darling Ulski has. Yeah, my Ulski Kabuski. I live for him. That's another thing. Ladies, and I'll say it over and over and over and over and over again. I love my black men. Love them. I'm black. And I tried and I held out until I said, Fumi, you're entering danger zone. You got to have your children. You got to get things up and going. Open up your mind for the world to open up to you. Hello, Scandinavia. In particular, hello, Norwegian, for that matter. And I have found endless love and happiness. My life has taken a turn that even I sometimes sit by the sidelines and I look and I say to myself, it's unbelievable. I could never have imagined that it would turn out so wonderfully for me. Thank you, Father up above. And I tell you here, sitting right down here, 110%, it was because I married the right man. I was out in California, but I didn't have the support, and so I didn't make it. I was out in New York. I didn't have the support, so I was not on the cover of Vogue, of which I could have been. I know who I am. I don't have to say to nobody. I know what I got. But with the right support, I've turned out to be, above all else, any title you give me, nothing better than a mother. I'm the best mother to Adrian. And I look back and I say to myself, wow, everybody kept on talking about age. No, you level up. You level up. I'm on level 55. I'm going to be level 56. And I am so much more confident. I love my life. I love me. I love my natural hair. Ula was the one that said it. You know, Fumi, I'll buy you the wigs and all, but I think that you'll be the most beautiful with your natural hair. Find him. It's a needle in a haystack, because as wonderful and as beautiful as you are, the Father up above has made him so special for only you that you will have to make an effort so that he can find you. And these little frogs out here are not the one. And it's the same for my men. Because there's nothing worse than feeling taken advantage of. Here's homegirl, you want to marry her. And she's more concerned about the dinner and the ticket and this, and wants to travel first class, this, that, and the third. That's a red flag for you too. Homegirl's taking advantage. She wants to meet you and meet a couple of other guys when she gets down into town. All of this right here is a cesspool. It's nonsense and it's a waste of your time. And if you want to play around, not a problem. Play around. Make sure you wear protection so you don't catch anything. And know that as you're playing around, they're playing on you. That's all I can say. Darlings, do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you. What? I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love.